All right, welcome back to episode 6 of The Patch, brought to you by Esports at UCF. I'm Serena Tranchino, and I'm the event coordinator and a player for UCF.
My name is Dollar, and I was a former player for the Marvel Rivals team.
Hi, I'm Brandon Siriphanthong, also known as GoldenFeather. I'm the lead caster and commentator for our live streams here at Esports.
I'm Rageheavy, and I'm the video editor and event staff member.
Well, first, and I feel like most important for 90% of our audience, is Marvel Rivals. You used to play Rivals for UCF. How do you feel about that?
Like the main guy.
What do I feel about it? I feel excellent about talking about this, and I'm very excited about this new patch. Now, Season 4 is coming, and we got 2 new heroes coming up, Angela and Daredevil, if I'm correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's right now it's gonna be Angela first, and Daredevil will come at the season split.
It's season
like
4.5,
right?
I'm very excited to see how Angela actually changes the tank meta, because we're kind of in a drought of just Magneto, Emma 24/7. So I'm very excited to see how a flying tank changes that.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm a little terrified, honestly.
Oh, no, I agree. I mean, I saw the gameplay trailer, and I'm like, I feel bad for strategist mains, you know? Like, they haven't gotten anything since Ultron, and that was just a DPS in disguise, you
Pretty
know?
much,
My
yeah.
mindset about
They had
this, I was about to say, my mindset about this, like, people are worried because, like, oh no, this is going to change the meta. Now we need to think something on how to play this, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we had like a similar kind of, we thought it'd be like a little paradigm shift once the thing came out. Like, oh, he counters like all the divers. No one's going to play Wolverine. No one's going to play
And then nothing
GP.
changed.
No, literally nothing changed.
Everyone
Like,
still played dive.
I'm a little worried that it's not like Angela's not going to change anything, but now that she's flying, might be that little wrench thrown in the plans to kind of change things up.
Yeah, I definitely think she's going to be relevant in the meta. Like, I've seen a lot of her already.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious. That's coming out this Friday, if I'm not mistaken. It's Thursday or Friday this week, but I mean,
At least as of the time of recording.
yeah, September 12th.
Yes,
there you go.
the
That's
12th
the
is when
official
it's
date.
releasing.
But you probably knew that already.
Yeah.
Well, on top of Angela and Daredevil coming up, we also have some changes to our current roster right now, which might actually make things a little less dry and adds a bit more diversity to our picks here. First off, Cap nerf. Captain America has been pretty oppressive as a little dive tank, and honestly, I think that's kind of deserved. Even though he did get nerfed before.
He's a cockroach, and I'm happy that he's at least getting some kind of nerf. It's not that crazy to my knowledge. It's just a slight, like, kind of tweaking, but it's definitely necessary. But there's another tank that we're going to get to really quickly that I'm so happy is getting nerfed.
And unfortunately, I'm extremely sad it's getting nerfed, which is Doctor Strange, who is actually receiving a reduced base health from 600 to 575.
That's not who I was referring to, but...
Oh, well,
I was referring to this guy.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
Doctor. I mean, that kind of reverts the old change because he was 575 originally, I believe. But however, now with the 2-second cooldown reduction on his E, that could. I mean, is it that impactful? Because you kind of need to charge it up anyway. So
yeah,
like,
you're trading a little bit of survivability for just better cooldowns, which I think is like net neutral at the end of the day.
Like, if you think about this as a team format, you know, like, okay, short health, you know, cooldown. All right. First thing first, you need to play as a team. That's just like completely just avoid. That's like you don't, like as soon as you play as a team, you don't need to worry about the whole nerf.
yeah, that's just
True.
That's just team shooter 101.
Exactly. Exactly.
Congratulations, you're playing a hero shooter. You need to play as a team.
Yeah.
If you don't, you lose.
But
I think it adds more versatility to his kit.
I agree.
You know, definitely more options, which does help. I think Strange is all about options, especially since he has the portal, different ways to use his ult. I mean, that's kind of his whole thing. So it does help with that. And now on the one that really is important.
Yeah, Emma Frost.
Emma for this.
Terrorizing the meta since she released.
All right,
mean,
the Queen Frost. So this increased diamond format to cooldown for 15 to 18.
I mean, that's already a huge nerf. An extra 3 seconds on
3
that.
seconds is
Also,
a lot.
not to mention the hit shield from 10 to 5 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, that's just necessary. I mean, what? I mean, Emma's just been a linchpin in the tank meta, like, since she released. It's just Emma Mag.
Yep, as I said recently.
I mean, yeah.
Emma Mag just been so like prevalent. It's just such a good combo. Have the Mag just to shut down any support ults, and just have Emma just basically grabbing and killing anyone for free. So that 3 second cooldown, that 3 second increase is gonna make a major difference, and we might finally see a meta where Emma doesn't shine.
True. I'd be very excited to see
I'm
a
kind of
couple
happy about that because it's either ban or
Yeah.
pick her, which is really boring, honestly.
True. It opens up like a whole new playing field for like the other the other vanguards that exist.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the next one
This
is
Peña.
My
Peña.
favorite
I think this
character,
is our
Peña.
first buff of the patch notes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We only had
Yeah.
reworks or
So what Peña have is a
changed.
spire drone that's new effect now slow enemy hits by
8% for 2
8%
seconds.
and 2% each hit. Keyword each hit.
And then they
It
stack up to
stacks.
40%. And then
Mm-hmm.
her spider drone release interval just during her ultimate just is a little bit quicker.
more drones, more powerful drones. I mean, yeah, finally she can actually be the anti-dive tank that she
Yeah.
was supposed to be.
I feel like Penny's just always kind of been like, on paper, could be like a really good hero, but just always has been like overshadowed by some of the other vanguards in the game. And I think more so with the Emma nerfs rather than the Penny buff, because it is just kind of tweaking some damage numbers a little bit.
much.
But like I know some good Penny one tricks, and they're delighted for these changes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we'll actually start seeing her get run a little bit more in
She-
like ranked.
Yeah, she might not be just that situational tank you play on Clintar only on first point, but
Yeah.
you might actually be seeing her a lot more, which I am personally terrified about.
True, a good Penny
Yeah.
is scary.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I have nightmares about it. But the next Vanguard getting
I'm so happy
changed
about this
is
one.
Thor.
Thor buff, finally, dude. I feel like they keep buffing Thor because he's just never performing, right?
Yeah.
But now we get quite a bit more, which, what is it called? He stuns with his ultimate now. I feel like he's kind of needed that.
Yeah.
Because he's not, like, yeah, the one-shot potential is there and it is real,
He just
but
lacks. He has been
it's
lacking CC.
so hard to land that ult because of the wind-up and just jump out of it because you don't get CC'd by getting hit by the shocks
Mm-hmm.
or
I mean,
anything.
I'm more surprised that he didn't have this whole stun. You know, like like he's a god of thunder. It's like why there's so stun?
And lightning
Or-
is the, like, calling card for stun effects. so-
True. Yeah, I agree. Like almost any game, it's like lightning, stun, it works. But yeah, I think these are also just like generally good changes.
And I wonder how this might change the way Thor's ultimate's actually used, other than just
True.
an offensive tool. It might be used to like, cancel certain abilities and maybe even ultimates as well.
Yeah, kind of
True,
like
yeah.
maybe be able to
Well-
creep in with what Mag's been doing. Kind of like he's a little more viable now.
Well, spoiler alert, let's find out and see, you know, in the near future.
True. Yeah.
True.
September 12th.
And now, finally,
Oh, Black
BP
Panther.
nerf. Kind of needed. I'm not gonna lie. You either play him or you ban him. That's what if you played this game, you understand how Sokyo works. Everyone bans BP, Wolverine. Those two have been so oppressive.
I mean, just ban dive effectively.
Yeah,
Pretty
really.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, general like survivability nerfs, HP nerf, like I think that's huge. I mean,
Like, it makes sense. It's just that, like, the problem with BP was that he was a very mobile hero that also was very tanky. You don't put those together and expect it to be balanced, right?
Yeah.
But now his defensive is more of like an anti-burst, so he doesn't get one tapped, right? So
yeah,
I think that's fair.
I think it's a fair trade-off because like when everyone saw it in like the trailer before the notes came out, they're like, we're putting him in gamma. Like why? But like looking at the actual like fine print of the numbers, it's not super crazy or anything. So.
And he actually synergizes with Hulk because they both dive.
True,
It makes
yeah.
more sense because like before, like when you have Magic and Black Panther, that's like really much gambling. Hey, they're not gonna play Iron Man or anything.
They're not gonna play
So-
flyers.
Which made the team up so hard to get used out of, which was even worse when Psylocke was part of it, because that meant 3 DPSs that dove on one team, which is so hard to actually play right. But I
Yeah.
think this makes more sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now we're going to talk about Blade.
The one and only.
Yep.
He's needed this.
Yeah, just general sword damage buffs, 22 to 24. I mean, that's just pretty good.
Base
Like-
damage increase, which I think it helps with his scaling because he does scale with his stacks on. Forget what the passive's called, but
Yeah.
Blade was just not doing anything. Like he was so cool.
Yeah,
and then-
like having a anti-heal hero in the game was just really huge. But it's like, oh, his damage numbers are kind of bad.
He doesn't do anything, but he's the drip.
True.
It does have the drip.
Blade does have the drip.
So your team needs to have someone that's like have the drip. So
You're not wrong.
That's a
on
good
that.
point, yeah.
Yeah, you're not
The issue,
wrong.
the issue with Blade was why would you want to give him anti-heal when you could just play Torch or any other DPS and just kind of kill them, right?
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
can like out damage, what's the point of anti-heal? You know,
But with this damage buff, we might actually see some Blade comps, which I am personally excited about.
I am too.
Blade has gotten no competitive play at all, really, at all.
No, he's
Yeah, I
awesome.
think this will actually give him a chance, even if it's like kind of in like an off meta slot. Still, It'll be cool to see because I know some teams will innovate with him.
And we all just want to play Blade. Everyone's been wanting this guy since season 1 or 2 or something.
Bro's been teased since the game came out, and we just now get him.
Some people want to, feel like, to feel cool.
True.
That's
Blade
it.
is very cool.
That's it. They just want to feel cool.
Yikes.
Now-
Magic has a lot of text.
Oh, I was about to say, here's the big one. Magic's basically getting like a huge, I wouldn't even say rework, just a crazy buff all around the
A
board.
lot of it is just like, I mean, she loses her team up anchor bonus, but she gets a whole arsenal upgrade. Like, I mean, reduced time on her magic / max damage, new effects.
Increase on her damage, base
Jeez.
damage is to 65 to 75, and increase on her ability, wind damage is 45 to 50, and increase to both of these.
Demon
Increase demon
range.
range to
It's kinda-
18 to 20,
yeah.
and then melee normal attacks to 30 to 40. And
It's
then
just damage increase, which
I think
it
is
just makes-
necessary.
it makes up for the loss of team
Yeah,
up
losing the
anchor.
team up.
just in general, like she got some damage.
Yeah,
buff.
I still think she'll be seeing about the same amount of play as she's been seeing in like
I think the
previous
main
patches.
I think the main change is really the reduced charge time for Magic Slash.
Yes,
Oh yeah,
you're
that
gonna be getting it out quicker.
the time kills a lot faster now,
Oh, yeah.
which is a big difference in this game.
Yeah.
But they did something similar with Spider-Man when they removed his anchor originally when they got rid of Squirrel's team up.
Iesu.
They had to do
alums.
something similar with adjusting his numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just seeing the same thing here, but
Now
Magic has more.
MK.
Moon Knight.
Yep.
Okay, Moonblade now holds up to 2 charges. He's taking 6 seconds to recharge.
oh, it's the buggy buff basically for Moon
Yeah,
Knight.
pretty much.
That's kind of scary though, especially on a character like Moon Knight who already does that like
A
so
lot
much
of
damage.
True.
AoE,
Yeah.
If you play Gru, anyone without a shield, your health's just gonna be gone.
Groot, Loki, yeah, basically. It's so annoying, but at the same time, other than just dealing a lot of damage, he didn't really have the greatest kill pressure. He just dealt damage and someone else had to finish the job, right?
Yeah.
So this helps kind of just do that job a bit better.
Yeah.
Because why change that?
Okay, so it seems like Psylocke's just general burst damage got like dialed back a little bit. Retreat
Deserved.
damage per hit from 12 to 8. I think that's fair.
Yeah, it makes sense. Well, I am a Psylocke main. She was my first lord, and let me tell you, it was absolutely busted how much damage she did at once.
Agreed.
Like, it was actually slept on until Emma Team Up came out, and everyone just started playing her. She always was that good. Same thing with, like, remember when Bucky was, like, always good, but people started playing him, so now he was meta. He was always good. Same with Psylocke. Now they're just doing the same kind of just,
Scaling them back a little bit.
Now the real question is, I kind of want to see what's the meta gonna be like in this patch note. Now that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I mean, we really can't know until it goes live.
there's a lot of moving parts right now, so yeah, we can't tell.
Yeah.
I want to guess, like, dive, but with other characters that aren't BP and Wolverine. You
Yeah.
know, that's what I'm guessing. But that's probably just me being biased towards. Oh, everyone wants to play Angela, so we're gonna do dive play style.
True.
You know.
Maybe Blade could be the meta.
Maybe.
Oh,
Maybe.
true. Yeah.
Firstly, I'm kind of more predicting just another Torch season at this rate.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an idea.
And also, Phoenix Hela is still very,
Very good.
powerful. So
Good
we might
point.
have another Torch Hela Phoenix season.
Just another fire season, pretty much.
Oh God.
I hope you guys have your mouses ready because we're gonna be aiming at the sky the whole time again.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm
Oh,
already good
great.
at doing that. Now
Yeah,
for Witch.
Wanda.
Lore accurate Wanda Maximoff. Look at that.
True.
Ult damage went from 800 to 9,999.
And now it pulls people in within a 15-meter radius. I've seen it in like gameplay. It's not as bad as it sounds in the patch notes. You can walk out of it pretty easy. I just think it allows the ult to just get a little bit more consistency that they were looking for.
Okay,
Yeah.
so my prediction is that like when she pulled the ult, everyone's okay. So first thing first, they will hear the audio, right? That's how you
Yes.
how
Yeah.
you know.
You get an audio and visual
But
kill.
I think like players that play Scarlet Witch, they're probably going to pull the ult, but they expect the team, their team, to like push in. Because the ult is like basically like, oh well, I'm going to do something. So
It's a zoning tool.
So basically,
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's actually a kill tool.
True.
And like some characters, I remember like just wouldn't die because it's only 800 damage. Like Venom, you press E,
You live. It's meant to get around
Yeah,
that.
Penny ult with
Swirl
Groot.
I
Ooh,
wonder-
Swirl Girl.
Oh, my beloved Doreen Green
Let's
getting a
go,
nerf.
bro.
Thank God.
Well, it's a
Yeah.
nerf and a buff. I mean, reduce burst acorn damage by 10. You increase Mammal Bog cooldown by 5 seconds. That's pretty big.
That's
a
really big.
Oh my god, 50% cooldown increase.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But they compensate by buffing the damage on Squirrel Blockade by like 15. Not that it was really like a crazy damage tool anyways. You just use it for the CC.
The main thing was like she just was you could be so brainless and get value. Just chuck at like a lineup and boom.
Yes, that's who I got lured on first. Thank you for reminding.
Yeah, you just learn, like, you watch one reel about where the lineups are on each map and boom, you've already got value.
You just chuck it in their spawn like fucking.
I know, like
Clintar.
I'm so glad they're
First
just
map.
getting rid of that playstyle because it's so stupid.
Like
you know?
genuinely, it was really like, even as someone who played Lord and got Lord on her, I could even admit like, wow, this takes no skill. I'm aiming at their spawn, holding down left click. This is so riveting, guys. Like, I think it was necessary. She's fine in the meta. It's whatever. Like, just nerf her for the people that can't deal with her.
I think Squirrel Girl is gonna just. I
speaking
think
of
Squirrel,
which-
this is a really bad Squirrel Girl nerf in general.
Bucky
Speaking of which,
buff.
we're talking about
buff.
Bucky. All right, Bucky, Troop Fist, and new effect. The second strike now applies for 1 second debuff to enemy hit, preventing them from using mobility. So
I think that's pretty
That's
huge.
good.
that's pretty good.
I play Bucky, and
It's
that
kind of
feels
fair,
nice.
right?
Yeah.
If you land that dash on like a BP Spider-Man, you deserve that kill.
I mean,
You know how hard it is to land that on like a Spider-Man BP when they're dashing around? It's so hard.
Yeah. Like, definitely just being able to just CCing mobility for like 1 second is
That's
just
enough.
huge.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a good Winter Soldier player, that 1 second is all the time you need to finish the job on whoever you're going
yeah,
against.
and the ability's on like a 12-second cooldown, which means it needs value.
Yeah.
Which you don't get. Like right now, you get some value. You get 50 shield, and you get the hit.
Yeah, you
right?
get
And
damage.
a guaranteed headshot on impact, right? Because that's what it leads into. But now it just means you kill them, which I think
Yeah.
is fair. Bucky has been kind of not so great right now.
Yeah, it's like he was really good when the game came out, and then they kind of toned him back, and he just hasn't been seeing as much play. So I think it's like brings him back within like a reasonable amount.
I think
of
it's power
relevance.
creep.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
power
Maybe,
creep.
yeah.
the
I
only
think it's
effect,
definitely power creep.
the only effect will be like people who main Winter Soldier Bucky. So
Yeah, they're gonna be a lot scarier now. But I
Yeah.
think for like the average player, this is just some good quality of life.
Yeah.
Bucky's just gonna be an amazing anchor going forward. Probably the main anchor, maybe even replacing Namor in some cases.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Ooh, we're getting on the strategist now. We got Invisible Woman first.
where is she?
He's getting a buff, I think.
Yeah.
Okay,
you.
yeah.
Increased healing per second, increased slow effect when passing through Guardian Shield, and slow enemies within range by 20%. I mean,
That's good.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Give her more slow.
Yeah. I think the main thing is the ultimate buff being going from 165 to 180.
Yeah.
That's going to be a huge difference, which actually might put her in the healing meta.
Mhm.
The issue was that it was so easy to kill through.
Yeah, I
it.
was gonna say you could like
Yeah.
just like a lot of the meta, like pretty much after she came out was just okay. And
Maximum pulse. You know?
yeah, just throw
like-
anything with a high amount of burst damage, you get past that 165. But that extra 15, I think, will make a difference.
Plus, the slow is really nice for catching people trying to get out.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
give her more just general support utility.
Dun, 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 dun,
Bestest boy Jeff.
Now we're talking about Jeff.
Ooh, his ultimate leaves a healing pool after use.
That's pretty nice, you
Yeah.
know?
Mm-hmm.
It makes him more viable because holy crap, he was so bad
He got
after
nerfed
the
into the
rework.
ground.
Yeah.
Really only useful in triple support comps, but maybe with this buff to his ultimate, we might actually see him come back to double support comps.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the only reason you would ever play Jeff was team up, the Storm team up,
Yeah.
which people don't even do because Storm's not even that good.
It's mostly just like, hey, I want to play support, but I really don't want to play support, so I'm just going to
I'm gonna play Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Loki nerfs. I think this was a long time coming.
He's
So
needed.
extremely.
reduce
Yeah.
elimination damage and heal ratio from 100% to 80%, reducing the God Mischief ability shift period from 15 to 12 seconds, and using active durability like Lunar Stores by an ability from 5 seconds to 3 seconds.
I just think this was needed.
It really was.
This might be the nerf that just takes Loki out of the meta. This is
Yeah.
a humongous nerf, especially that clone, the clone healing and damage going from 100 to 80. It doesn't look like a lot, but when you have 2 extra clones that are doing 20% less healing damage,
That's 40% less.
Yeah.
exactly. So
I don't know about that, but we'll do the math at
we'll do the
some
math
other
later.
time.
It's like 60 to 70. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever, 20% of 20%.
We let the audience,
the
you know,
idea.
let's just let the audience, do the math.
True. And I think like the ult nerf by about 3 seconds was just needed. Just like being able to copy someone and just get another support hold up like just immediately. Just felt so unfair. And speaking of Luna, who was mentioned in Loki's notes, Luna is getting a nerf as well.
No more micro buffs, finally.
Finally. Just ult reduction by 2 seconds. I think that's pretty big.
That's good.
That's not going to take her out of the meta by any means. I still think she's the best support in the game, but make her a little less strong. Because like 12 seconds, you can just win a team fight off that.
It was so long. Like, remember Cloak ult used to be like 9 or something, and that covered the whole area.
Yeah.
Now it's like, well, you could do the same thing with Luna, except you just don't do anything. You know, that's
Yeah,
that's
you
the
just sit
only
on point and
difference,
get,
but
like-
it's worth it.
Yeah.
You just walk with your team. That's
Exactly. You just scale.
Luna's
Yeah.
still going to be such a powerful
Oh,
character.
yeah.
Like Clap, especially the Flake, just basically allowing for DPS and flankers to just go off on their own and you don't have to worry about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luna's still going to be probably the best support, even with this nerf.
It wouldn't surprise me if she gets another nerf in 4.5.
Oh, I think it's
She
needed.
I
probably
think that's
will.
going to be where the big nerf comes.
Until
Yeah.
they nerf the Flake, I think she's going to be the meta.
Mantis, what?
Ooh,
Movement buff?
Mantis buff, yes.
Yeah, now it decays to 0 over 2 seconds instead of being instant. I think that's nice. That's a nice
It's a
little
nice quality of life change, yeah. Because if I play support, I'm playing Mantis, right? That's how I roll. And that losing speed, it doesn't do much. It really doesn't do much, but it's just nice to have because like if you're getting chased by a diver now, I guess it helps to be faster a little longer.
Yeah, keeps you from like just immediately just dying off of
Yeah.
losing all
Your
move
goal
speed.
is to run away or run towards your team that support you. That's basically.
Or just sweep them and aura farm on them before they wake up.
Or that.
And now for my favorite support, Ultron.
Ultron, my favorite support. That's
Ooh.
actually a DPS.
DPS, which is why it's my favorite.
And what? They're
True.
buffing his damage more.
On his ult. I mean
Yeah.
that's fair. I mean that's what people use his ult for anyway, you know?
Yeah.
The healing, it's kind of weird to use his ult for healing because it's like you're not gonna get value of that before you get shot down.
Yeah.
So what's the counter? Shoot them down first.
Exactly.
So that's why
Can
I
I
can see
say
it.
something? This passionate was like, no defense is too strong for the AI overlord.
Yes.
True.
Because it's just.
Yeah, no.
I don't know why they did
What's
it.
his-
They
what's
gotta
his
add flavor text. I mean,
Yeah,
people
it's-
read these.
I
Is
guess-
this
yeah.
foreshadowing
And-
for like 20 years in the future?
I mean, what? Do they just want to hand us a spreadsheet and be like, here's all the numbers?
I know.
Go
I
read
know. I
it.
just see the
Yeah.
exclamation
Gotta make
points,
it
like,
fun.
Yeah.
I don't think they know about Luna ult though, so
True.
That's
Very
right.
true. Guess we
Ooh,
can
new
touch
team
on again a
ups.
little bit of a new team ups.
Yes.
The only new one we're getting is Divine Armory, which is Angela and Thor. So Angela is the team up anchor on that. She gets 100 health, and Thor gets the new Thunderstrike Pike ability from his team up.
Wait, he just throws like a lightning spear at
Yeah.
them?
yeah,
Oh god.
just extra DPS. Probably like a really good finishing tool.
And doesn't he get like a dash towards it as well?
Maybe actually. I'm not sure.
Okay, so what I'm understanding is Thor is going to be meta next season. No, I'm kidding.
You
Well,
never know. I honestly think he
actually-
could.
I'm gonna be. I would not be surprised if Thor's still not meta even after all these buffs.
True.
Despite design, yeah, he's kind of hard to play, you know?
He's just one of those vanguards that, like, by design, is just
It's-
rough.
It's like you buff the character that like no one's gonna play because they have difficult time to playing, but you buff them for the player that actually know what they're doing.
True.
That's the
Yeah.
scary part.
Kind of like Peña.
Yeah.
I play some Thor, and I've been feeling these buffs like left, right, and center. I'm like, oh my god, finally! Because I tried playing Thor originally before he
was
had
so
like,
bad.
but like before when his hammer throw cost Thor force. I'm like, who's using this?
No
who's
one.
using that ability?
Nobody at all.
Yeah. And then Arcane Order is getting Magic. Obviously, Magic lost her team up, but she's joining Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch.
This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
So Magic might be meta after all. Okay.
I mean, she's always been good.
I'm just stop making these quick conclusions.
True. I mean, hey, maybe you're right, and you're gonna look pretty smart.
I'm gonna look back and people are gonna think about psychic or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're gonna think you have contact with Netties.
Hey, I mean, this is like people will see this in the near future. So
And then obviously Black Panther Magic Dimensional Shortcut team up got removed. And then we touched on it a little bit earlier. Namor gets brought into Gamma. That's gonna be something.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mean Black Panther?
And then just general
Yeah, Namor
balance
already had
changes for Arcane Order. They're gonna nerf a bit of it for Wanda. And then that's pretty much it for Marvel Rivals.
Oh.
I'm a little excited.
Yeah, a lot of changes. I
Mhm.
mean, what I've always been happy about with this game is, unlike some other hero shooters that don't change their metas for multiple seasons, you know who you are. They're actually like listening to the community and constantly keeping the game fresh. That I feel like, even despite numbers getting a little bit lower than the peak back in December, the game's still going strong. The people that are playing it are always eating very good. But yeah, I think we can touch on our next title, which is Valorant. We got a lot to talk about with Valorant.
Yeah. I don't play much of that, but I might just play it again.
Yeah, we were doing our first changeover of the episode. All right, and we're back. As you can see, we have new people. But before we talk about the new people, please make sure to like and subscribe. It's very important. It would be very epic of all of you if you could like, leave a comment, talk about anything we might want to talk about in the next episode, and please subscribe to the channel. But anyways, yeah, we lost 2 people, but we got 2 back. You 2 want to introduce yourselves?
Oh, hi. I'm Kier. If you've seen previous episodes of the patch, you've seen me before. I was the previous president and previous content coordinator, but I'm graduated. I called off work just to do this, so I'm excited to be back.
Yeah.
And I'm Hoshi, the current vice president of EUCF. And I was on the Valorant team last semester, so this is going to be a fun topic.
I say that's perfect.
Yeah, great segue.
Yeah, as you can see, we're not on the patch notes. It was all visual changes. Besides, oh no, people that leave ranked games now get slightly more penalized.
Good.
Thanks, Riot.
I think we also got a Clove nerf, by the way.
Did we?
I think we
I'll
did.
double. Oh, okay.
Was that like
I wanted to pull out.
was that like necessary? Did we need that? I think
I don't.
Clove nerf?
I
Not
did
at
we
all.
get a
Yeah,
Clove
that was like a pick rate nerf.
nerf? No,
'Cause he
there's no
has-
one.
Oh, okay. I think
No
that's-
nerfs.
Wait,
Oh,
go
that was
down a
probably the
little
one before.
It might have been 11.04.
Oh,
you're
okay.
thinking about.
bit. Okay.
Because
Oh,
this is the patch before champs. They're not going to change anything. before
Yeah,
champs.
that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the big thing we want to talk about, 5 years in the making, mind you. Next week, as of filming, the 16th of September, the replay system finally goes live. And who boy, I have some problems with it.
Oh,
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
I mean, I don't know if we really have to explain to any of the viewers here how a replay system works. It's a replay system. You download your games and you're able to view them in real time thanks to Unreal Engine 5. And the main issue I have with it, and I want to get all your guys' opinions on this,
okay.
you can only view your VODs. You can't view any friends.
What?
You can't view any pro VODs. Nothing. Just your own.
I can kind of understand that, right? Because we have to look at it from what's the word? Kind of like a privacy and technical standpoint, right? Because, for example, let's say I have my custom games viewable, right? Like I'm doing a scrim,
Yeah.
right? In my custom games, I sadly did not put hide match history, right? So next thing you know, not only is my scrim data getting leaked, but my scrim VODs are getting leaked.
That's
Right?
fair.
That's fair for custom games. For competitive games, I can kind of be like,
There's other people playing in them. But
Right.
like my issue is with the pro VODs, not even just for like team's sake of being able to much more easily VOD review, but also like for content creators, being able to actually get angles about what they're talking about instead of strictly dealing with the VOD of the live stream where the observers might miss something that they want to talk about. It just feels a little counterintuitive. Like if you were telling me that this was, I don't know, like year 2 of Valorant, I would be like, okay, let's chill. It's what you'd want. We're in 5 years, like
I can kind of understand that, but I think the reason they can't do it, because I don't think it's a reason they won't do it. I think they can't.
no, they
'Cause
said they won't.
they won't.
They've said it.
Because I can see why they wouldn't. Because you have to keep in mind, the pro games are played on a different build than live.
True.
Right? So having to not only store the data from those
then migrate
builds,
it to be able to be viewed on
migrate it
live
into live,
servers.
that's kind of like a
Also
hard
might
thing
be
to
on a
do.
different patch.
That's also
That's
true. Yeah.
also fair. I don't.
So I can see why they wouldn't. Honestly, I
True.
think they should because CS does it, but I don't think
Yeah, I was
CS
gonna
plays on
say-
a different build. I think CS just plays on live build.
It's
I'm not.
I think it's
right?
the same.
Yeah.
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 And it's,
So
it's a very
that is
different
fair
engine.
from a logistical standpoint. I just think if you had 5 years to cook on this, I think you could
Right.
have found a solution.
Yeah.
I think it's the same reason why they struggled so long with even making the replay system.
It's because
right?
they had all these things. They weren't even on the right engine to support it.
I think it was partly engine and because Valorant is such an ability game, right? With like having to record abilities for 128 ticks a second compared to
yeah,
like
that's true.
Overwatch or CS going at 60. I think it was much harder, right? Because like imagine
Fair.
having to track a Phoenix wall for 128 ticks doing a
True,
crit.
and they were talking about that
Right.
earlier. Like a lot of their issues was just like the syncing between different players' perspectives and how it
Yeah.
shows up on the replay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I'm still happy about it. I still think any replay system is better than no
That's
replay
true.
system. I just have my gripes about it. I think if the community pressures about it enough, which I've been seeing a lot from a lot of the big creators in the space, even some of the VCT casting talent have been talking about it. I think we will hopefully see it change in the future, but I still just think it's good. For me, someone that like currently my PC isn't good enough to use something like OBS
Yeah.
while in Discord and playing at the same time, I think that'll just be huge. And I'm just excited for it, genuinely.
Honestly, you know what I could see them doing?
Yeah.
Because we already have the esports tab in the game, right?
Yeah.
I can see like them not only porting over VODs to the esports tab, but also like live viewership,
yeah.
right?
I
Because
guess-
that could be really cool.
Yeah.
Will they lock up behind a paywall? Who knows?
Probably.
Okay, speaking of paywalls, this is actually what I think it is. I don't think we're never gonna get pro VODs. I think what's gonna happen is that they're gonna monetize them.
They're gonna make it like,
100%.
they're gonna make
Yeah.
it like a separate like launcher viewer. or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
Yeah, they
Like,
And
already
maybe
do
charge
it.
like $5. a
Like
month
for
or
League of
something.
Legends, we have pro play view that's
they have
Yeah.
pro view,
monetized, right?
Yeah,
So 100% I can see them doing that.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Cause like it just makes sense. I think that's the future for esports. I think like esports is best when you're able to view it from like your own personal perspective. And if you're able to monetize that over the pre-made observer one, I think that's gonna be the move.
Yeah.
That's why you can't see the pro VODs, I think they're just working on that. Or if they're not working on that, they should. But
I mean, it's right. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. Like, if they did it for League, they're probably gonna do it again.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I would think.
yeah, I do think it's weird, and I do have like my reservations about like not allowing you to see other people's, because like with League you can technically watch like anything. Like for example, like you can just watch your friends play and spectate them live in their match. But also like there's the I remember, I don't know if this is still a thing, but like on op.gg, you used to just be able to watch anybody's game live as long as it's like a ranked mode and it's on the same server. So obviously like pro games, yeah, like you said, you're not going to be able to see it. I think something like that should be implemented, maybe not to the extent of like op.gg, because I know Riot likes to have a closed system, especially they're trying to
But have
go back,
Riot
like-
pretty much do their equivalent.
yeah, they're equivalent. Like for example, like we're gonna talk about Splatoon later, but like Splatoon has like a code system. You just share the code. It's simple as that.
Because I think that'd be fair because it keeps that like element of privacy. So
Yeah.
you can send it to people that you want to see it, and then the people that don't see it.
Yeah. I feel like if anything, it's gonna cause bad things. Like Riot already can't. I mean, they're working on it now. They're actually doing a really good job. If you haven't seen like the League of Legends stuff, but we'll get into that. But like they have a hard time already cracking down on like, you know, Smurfs, people logging into
True.
random accounts, selling accounts, etc., etc. What this might just end up doing is like, I'm thinking in the content creator space, like, especially like coaches and whatnot, you're gonna be like, all right, well, give me your account information so that way I could log in and you know, like watch your the thing you want to do.
Yeah.
And that's gonna cause negative things. People are gonna compromise their
agree with
accounts and
that.
whatever.
No, that's very
It's gonna
fair.
cause negative behavior. Think about it. Like if I'm a coach, I'm gonna be like, yeah, you know what, give me your account information, change the password, whatever you want to do. But like, you know, you're
Can you
compromising
just
a
like
lot.
pull up your own replay and then you stream that to Discord?
You
Can't
can
you do that?
You
But I'm
can,
sure that some
that's,
people be like, give us your
convoluted.
account.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some people are gonna do that.
But
Like for
yeah.
example, like Genshin Impact, I remember,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is like crazy, but the crazy pull. But like or just other gacha, I think is like a similar thing. Like people do like account reviews, right?
Yeah.
And like you share the account. You share the account. That's already like not something you want to do, but that's what people do because it's
Definitely.
it's
Right.
harder to even view the information about your account. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Something I want to touch on really quickly, not necessarily related to a replay system, but still with Valorant, because I got to geek out about something here. VCT Champs 2025. That is this Friday, September 12th. Opening match, PaperX versus GLI Gaming. Yeah, it's pretty epic.
We could do a watch party or something.
Sentinels.
I
People really care
it's
about
kind of
guys.
awkward because time zone wise, because it's in, for those of you that don't know at home, it's in Paris, France. So time zones are a little awkward here for us on EST. So like if we wanted to watch the grand finals, it's like 9 a.m. So
That's not that bad though.
Yeah.
it depends
I
on
clock
where
into
we're
work, I
hosting it.
watch it on the side.
A lot of people have
Yeah.
Like,
true, but people
But-
have Friday classes.
Yeah.
But
no,
yeah,
I would
yeah,
watch
no,
it during
no.
class. I used to watch.
I would
games.
watch it during
really?
work. I mean, I'm a real one. I was up 5 a.m. for Bangkok. I was ready for that.
That's right.
But
She's committed, guys.
yeah, I'm committed. But yeah, I don't want to touch on this like too crazy, but I want to get all your opinions. I'll yap about it last because I've been yapping everyone I know's ear off about it. Who do we think's winning the whole event?
The entire event.
Yeah,
Oh,
or
God.
if you don't feel confident giving me one team, give me like a top four.
A top four.
I know like nothing
Can we
about
can we
this.
see
I'll pull up
the
the teams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
give me all the teams.
I'll zoom out a little bit.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't pick off of like I follow a VCT like a decent amount, but like I always pick off my heart, you know. So I'm saying like an NA team, but it's not gonna be NRG. It's not gonna be Mibber. It's got to be G2 or Sentinels, and we'll see.
Any other teams you have going like top 4 though?
Oh, like a top 4?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not confident about like any EMEA team. I don't know. I don't watch the games intently to know like how they're doing. Like, I don't know. Fnatic's always done good. Like,
True. They've always been
worldwide.
consistent.
So like even like recently, they haven't been doing too great domestically.
Yeah, they
but-
kind of like bombed out of playoffs.
Yeah.
What about you, Hoshi?
I'm thinking.
You're thinking you want us to come back to you?
Because DRG just had a roster change.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. They're getting the GOAT Demon 1.
Get ready to learn Chinese, buddy.
Yeah. He's not actually the GOAT. I think he's washed.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah, damn.
Well, I think he was never the GOAT.
True. Agreed.
Ooh.
That's a
I
crazy
was
take.
talking about this to you last night,
Yeah,
Kier.
I remember.
Yeah, he was
Demon
never the
One
GOAT.
was one of those players that popped up.
System
had a
player.
really good system. Had an incredible coach.
The best entry like in the world.
Honestly, that entire EG roster was carried by Potter. That sounds crazy to say, but
not all of them.
You have to understand how good Potter
jog
is.
him. But yes, Potter elevated all of them, but at least Jogamo, and I would argue maybe even a case for Ethan at this point.
Oh no, Ethan
that
was
they-
amazing.
That they are still able to succeed outside of that system.
I think Ethan was the best player on that team, right?
Fair,
Which
fair.
is gonna sound
I would
crazy.
agree.
Because you have to keep in mind, before franchising, all the players in EG were not doing very well. For the
Ethan was still
entirety
doing
of
stuff.
like Ethan, no, Ethan was amazing. He was on NRG. That's
Yeah.
completely different. But for the rest of the EG guys, the
They-
guys
they
who
were
were
nobodies.
playing through challengers, they always had like they were just a mediocre team,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, that's true.
In the league. So for them to come in to VCT, bomb out, and then for EG to put Potter's job on the line,
Yeah.
right?
And
And then she's like, okay, wait, let me lock in.
let me lock in
Next
here
thing
real
you
quick,
know,
lift the
that
James
roster
Trophy.
pops off.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it was
Yeah.
definitely like a system thing for EG.
Oh,
there.
definitely.
100%.
Like, I will shill Potter till the day I die.
So that's why I low-key think we can see NRG in top 3.
Okay.
Because of Ethan, just because of Ethan.
Yeah.
Because of
So
just
like
to see
energy, who else?
NRG top 3. My heart wants MIBR to win, right?
Like your head.
I'm an Ospos.
fan.
You're an
fanboy.
Ospos Glazer.
I am an
You've been
Ospos
glazing him
Glazer.
since day
Yes,
one.
bro, day one. Since he won with Loud, I've been
Yeah.
glazing him.
Wow.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, that's fair.
But honestly, I really, really think it's going to be between Team Heretics, Fnatic, G2.
I'll pull it down a little bit if you want to see the last 4 teams.
No Paper X. No
Paper
Paper
X?
X.
Paper X,
No.
honestly, is in top 4.
Everyone's been-
I think that's the top 4 for me.
I think-
Paper X, Fnatic, Heretics, and G2. Yeah.
That feels very fair.
Because Heretics just came off a win, right?
You have any opinions?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I would literally just close my eyes and just point at this screen and pick.
Look,
do
I had a
nothing.
friend.
Yeah.
Like I had a friend I used to know that like picked EDG to go on a miracle run last year, and I'm like, you're crazy. And then they did.
And then they won. Yeah.
And so you know,
They can do
never-
it again.
No, dude, I was so mad when that happened.
How could you be?
I put EDG on fraud watch.
just
and
go on a limb saying,
no way.
TRG's gonna win this. I don't know.
Look,
I don't
okay.
know.
Before Demon won, they were a dark horse. Now I have them going out last.
That's fair.
For me personally, like I've been rooting for G2 all year, and they always get heartbroken one way or another. I'm still gonna say they're top 4. They're back to back to back domestically. I just have faith in them. PRX, I've been rooting for them since Copenhagen. I cried tears of joy when they won Masters Toronto. I think they'll top 4. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I don't think they win. I just don't. I just feel like the event's too stacked.
Honestly, I want to believe in G2, right?
Yeah.
But like, I'm just getting such like Bayern Munich vibes from them.
Yeah.
Like
True.
domestic kings.
But then once they always come up short.
Exactly. Internationally, they're not showing it.
EDG, I can never really count out. I don't want to lock them in for top 4 because, like, I don't know. It's either they don't do anything or they do everything and win the whole
Yeah.
thing.
You know that meme where it's like this guy with the stick poking at the horse, do something?
Come on, do
That's
something.
EDG.
That's
like
EDG.
do something.
And then they lock in.
yeah.
I have a lot of faith in Billy Gaming.
Honestly,
I want them to go deep.
I want to see a Billy NRG champs rematch.
Yeah.
I was
That's what I
hoping
wanna
they'd
see.
get seeded into the same group.
That would actually
Yeah.
that would
But
go
they
crazy.
didn't.
That
So
would
we need
go
to hope
crazy.
NRG and Billy both make it out of group.
True.
Right?
Definitely
my
true.
favorite now, just because it'd be funny, Chinese team comes out of nowhere. Guangzhou, Hualu, Billy Gaming.
Bitty Bitty Gaming, yeah.
Winning everything
Like
else.
I have the Billy Billy Classic. I'm a real fan. And then fourth team, I'm gonna stick my neck out here, like officially put this on the record. Giant X, they go top 4.
That's crazy
Genuinely,
to say.
they are my dark horse.
Okay, that's fair.
Like, okay, don't get me wrong, they looked not great against Liquid in the grand finals, but Liquid are in form.
That's true.
But everyone was like, "Oh, BBL's gonna go to champs. BBL's gonna go to champs," and Giant X smoked them.
Yeah.
Like Aura is looking unleashed right now, and if he can carry that form in the champs, genuinely, yes, I know production. I know we're running low on time. I'm wrapping up, but that's pretty much all we want to talk about with Valorant. It's mostly the replay system and champs. Genuinely, on the next episode, which who knows when that'll be, we'll probably have a lot more to say on Valorant.
Yeah.
But now we have what Kier's been waiting with bated breath for, Splatoon 3.
Y'all gonna learn today. I'm gonna take over basically.
Yeah, take over.
Classes in session. Let's go.
You guys will learn a lot more about Splatoon than you might have thought. So Splatoon 3, pretty exciting days. I just came back from Ohio, Sandusky, Ohio, from Riptide, which Splatoon major just happened there. That's exciting. I'm not gonna lie. There was also Smash major, so I watched a little bit of Smash there. We had a lot of exciting stuff. This patch came out 3 days before the major happened. So
Oh, that's so
That
great.
was very fun. Thank you, Nintendo.
That's like what Riot did before Toronto. Yeah, let's just
exactly.
change
Oh my
everything.
God.
yeah. Except that one doesn't make sense. They own everything.
That is true. Like a grassroots land, it's like, yeah, nothing we can do. But like, you own the land.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you do this?
Exactly. So yeah, aside from that though, like, you know, they've actually been updating the game more, especially with the Switch 2 launch. They even started up a Splatoon 3 NA League. It's actually a Nintendo run event, so that's very exciting. So that's why we're seeing some new life into Splatoon after a lot of the community thought it was over. They've even been adding new content, which for the longest we thought they were going to stop. So that's pretty exciting. So yeah, let's get into some of the changes.
Yeah.
So these are the weapons. Splatoon. Think about it this way: it's like a Marvel Rivals. It's like an Overwatch, but Nintendo, and it's weapon based. It's weapon based instead of hero based. So it's a weapon based. Weapon shooter, I guess. But it's an objective. You know, there's modes like, you know, capture the point, except it's paint.
It's kind of like COD then, more like.
Yeah,
I guess
in terms
so.
of game modes,
But the
wise.
objectives are more Overwatch. You know, like there's
Oh,
a point
it's-
capture, but it's paint. There's like a
Team shooter with COD game.
Or there's like
gunplay,
captured
yeah.
flag with like Rainmaker.
Rainmaker's
Oh,
kind of
okay,
like a
that
capture the
makes
flag, and
Yeah.
then, you know, tower control is kind of like a payload, and, you know, stuff like that. They even have an interesting mode like Clan Blitz, but I digress. So that's kind of like the context. So first of all, one of the weapons, Splash-O-Matic, all 3 variations of it, you know, they got a shot speed velocity. Obviously, it's not increasing the range, it's just the shot speed. Everything in Splatoon is projectile based, so there's no hit scan, there's none of that. So stuff like this actually matters a ton.
A lot.
They want to make this weapon fight a little bit more. So like, for context, this weapon is a little more supportive. The way you build, you know, your special abilities in this game is by, you know, painting the ground. Some weapons do that better than others. Splash is probably one of the best ones at just kind of farming something and then just throwing it out there, throwing your special out there. So it's kind of like a supportive weapon. They want it to paint less, which is the radius decrease. They wanted to paint a little less, fight a little bit more. So they kind of want it to make it more fighty and less, I'm going to sit in the corner and paint for my special and then come back into the team fight and do that. So that's
definitely.
kind of the idea there. And kind of following with that, we also see a similar buff in 52 gal and 52 gal deco. Now, this is a fighting gun. This gun focuses a little less on paint. And even it doesn't have the best specials to farm. It's just a fight weapon. And they definitely gave it something to fight for. So they nerfed it a little bit by, like, you know, making, you know, ammo cost more. Ammo in this case would be like ink. And the speed of the shots are faster. Now, this is a slow gun. It's supposed to be a 2-shot. 2-shot, yeah. It's a pretty heavy weapon. The downsides are supposed to be it has really high spread. So you're supposed to, you know, really hit your 2-shot.
It's a double barrel shotgun.
Yeah. Well, not like shotgun. It's still precise, but I guess like more like a DMR, right? I guess like think of it like that. So, you know, because it's projectile based, it used to have slow projectiles. So that's kind of the skill. You need to lead your shots a little bit.
Yeah.
They increase the shots so much. Everyone's looking at it like, whoa, this thing is like any other shooter. It's just
It's going to be in the meta
people.
now.
Well, people were saying that, but people are like, well, you know, it's good, but it's not that good. It has its place. People are definitely going to use it. People are 52 Gal fans, but they think it's a little bit of developer favorite child weapon. Because
Is it kind of like the Boss G in Rainbow?
That's what I was
yeah,
thinking
that's what
for
I
a
was.
moment.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I said like DMR. Well, it doesn't have the range of it, but it definitely has like a.
It's like the slug.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So it's supposed to like kind of shoot. Maybe it's not the best example, but it's the best one I could think of. So
Okay.
Yeah.
And now Splatbrella is the most interesting. Splatoon has so many interesting weapon classes, I have to say. The Splatbrella is very interesting because it essentially works as a shotgun and also a riot shield because you shoot it and then you hold down the button and it brings up a shield. So in a game about ink, that's pretty useful, right?
Yeah.
So it's never really had a good place in the meta. I don't think it's even been meta, at least this version of it, since like the beginning of the last game. So that was years ago.
That was like 2017.
Yeah, exactly. Like 2018, I would say, is like around the time that it was popular. So they want to bring back some power, but they want to do it in an interesting way. So they expanded the inking at the point of impact for shots. So this one's going to be a little more supportive. It gets more paint on the ground. It makes it easier to move around, kind of mobility aspect of it, especially with the riot shield. That's pretty important. They also expanded the width of inking, so that means just like I said, just more paint area.
Okay.
And it adjusted how shots spread out to make it so that shots scatter into a wider area. So yeah, it's literally just making it so that way, kind of moving it towards more of a supportive. Because before, like I said, it's a shotgun. You get in there, you shoot people, and then you put up the shield so that way you can back up and reposition for your next shot. So they kind of want to move it towards more of a supportive thing. You build for your special, which is your ultimate, and then you kind of support in, you go in with your teammates kind of thing. So it's interesting. A lot of people think it's going to come back. People need to experiment with it. Like it's a very weird weapon. A lot of people like to stick to, your typical shooters. So I think it's going to take some time before people start seeing like that, interesting aspect of it, I would say, of like being good. And even then I think it's going to be a specialty thing. So yeah, it's good.
Making the more creative playstyles more viable.
True.
Exactly.
That's always more fun in games.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's pretty good. Splattershot Nova. This is a pea shooter, also just a painter. But yeah, it makes it. This buff is supposed to kind of make it less of a pea shooter. It's supposed to, be one of those special ones, but it was never really good at its job. So they reduced the spread essentially, the bloom, so that way it has an easier time killing.
Yeah.
Will it actually?
Who knows?
No, I don't think it will. It's like a 5-shot. It has decent range, but it's a 5-shot. It's not
that's
killing
fair.
anything.
That's fair.
Clash Blaster, this one's just a quality of life one. It's just makes it so that way it's easier when you shoot the weapon to just kind of walk in the ink afterwards. That's basically it for that one. But Dowser Dualies is a little more interesting. As you can see, a lot of these buffs and nerfs are like focused on, kind of paint. So it's not really a big patch in that regard, but for the support weapons, which some of them are, being affected.
It's pretty huge.
It's pretty huge for like how they play. So Dowser Dualies are getting a similar thing. This weapon wasn't really known for its fighting, kind of like the Nova weapons that was up there. They weren't known. They were known for having high range, slow time to kill, but they are supposed to paint kind of. But they were too scared to really commit with this idea, so they increase the speed of shots fired. So it does help a little bit with killing, and then increase the speed of shots fired after doing a dodge roll. Yeah, so It helps with killing a little bit because, like I said, it's a multiple shot. It's like 5 shots.
That'll definitely reduce the time to kill.
Yeah, it reduces the time to kill. So this one's a little better in that regard. It also kind of helps with its ability to paint because you're getting more out. Yeah. So yeah. And lastly, I think the most interesting is the other Brella variety. So the first one is the vanilla, basic idea for an Brella kit. They said, what if this thing could kill, but it had less shield? And it's basically the same speed, same mobility, but it fights a lot better. It basically has an easier time killing. The trade-off being, it has a weaker shield compared to the more default one. It's called the recycled Brella. Yeah, so yeah, that makes it, it's like paper straws versus
I get the
plastic
idea.
straws. So they essentially made the shield itself a little stronger because they're like, okay, this thing, it's gimmick, it's pretty good, however it kind of sucks. So they want to make it a little more durable so that way you have more opportunities to kind of get in there and fight people like it's meant to be. So I think it's a pretty good one. I don't think we're gonna see it like I said with the other one, but it's like you said, like kind of more niche
For those niche players, they're definitely going to be appreciated.
Yeah. And we could see somebody come out play it and be like, whoa, this weapon's good now. But
Yeah.
I really doubt it.
True. Definitely.
These are the specials. So your ultimates. Zipcaster is essentially Spider-Man, I like to call it, because you swing to a surface and you deal damage on impact, essentially.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, just for a limited time. It's such a fun special. It's probably the flashiest special in the game. So they increase the radius of the area of the explosion at landing that deals 45 damage. So there's different like hitboxes. They increase the 45 damage hitbox. Solid buff.
Yeah.
Easier to kill, easier to use. We love it. So other than that, I mean, it's pretty good. I think I'm a fan. Ink Vac was probably one of the worst ultimates you can have. It had a good thing. It's a cool idea. It's essentially, you pull out a vacuum and you absorb ink for an amount of time. You can't shoot, the person essentially. But, after it received a certain amount, it would shoot out, a little projectile and explode on impact. So that's kind of like the idea. You have to power up by like denying people stuff.
So we're playing Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah,
now.
yeah, exactly. It's very Luigi's Mansion oriented. So essentially what they did, it used to be 800 damage previously because people tested it. It used to be about 800 damage that you could suck up before you were forced into a shot. Now it's 1200. Now it's almost impossible to like really, force it out of its like, sucking thing. Makes it way better. I don't know if we'll see it, but I think there is like specific uses for it now because it's a lot bulkier. It also suffered from a lot of like, cheese. Like some melee weapons could just walk up and kill it.
Yeah.
And it kind of deny all of it. So it definitely needed this buff. And then Inkstorm got a very quality of life update. It's just
a radius variant.
It's exactly what you could think. You throw out a little thing, it causes a little storm of ink. That's it.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it. But these ones are actually interesting because it's the number of points needed before you could get your special. Now, 10 points doesn't seem like a lot, but it could really mean a lot for a lot of these weapons. So
it's all 10?
They're all by increments of 10.
Yeah, increments of 10. So like the before and after. I think there's only one weapon that got an increment of like 20, and that's
a Sorella.
Yeah, the Sorella Brella, which is even then that's rare. That was a little bit of a preemptive nerf because they're like, oh well, now we're increasing the paint for it. We're scared it's gonna like pump out stuff.
Yeah.
So I will be honest with you, I'm not gonna go through every single one. The ones that are buffs are just nice buffs. I don't think there were any that are like extremely good. Maybe like Nautilus was like a good change. Angler, stuff like this. I think Nautilus is like the only one, and Explosher are like the only two that are like would actually maybe like this buff could mean something, and like they could kind of go up a tier or two. But other than that, a lot of them are just like quality of life. Even the nerfed ones, for example, like the mini Splatling Rattler or the Reflux. Those were just like minor nerfs.
They're just quality of life.
Yeah, they're just like overperforming, so they just want to knock it down a peg. But yeah, most of them are pretty whatever, except the Brella one, because before people realized what it did, they were like, "Whoa, they're killing it for no reason." 20 points. That's like actually unprecedented for the game's life cycle in terms of patches. So. Yeah. That people were like, well, they're trying to kill it, but then they saw the nerf or the buff,
and you're like, okay, never mind.
Okay, yeah, never mind. Well, we see it because the special it does have is it could be a little oppressive if you have that up 24/7. So they wanted to be preemptive about that.
Yeah, I mean, the rest of the text on here is pretty much what you explained, Kier.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
You're the living, walking patch notes.
Yeah, literally.
you.
So it's very interesting. I'm curious to see how the meta develops, just for a little, look see into like how Splatoon is doing. A lot of the meta is focused around AoE right now, is what a lot of people would say. A lot of focus on AoE stuff. So, for example, there's a weapon called the Blaster. You shoot like a straight line. If it hits you directly, it's a one-hit kill on most of the variants of it. But otherwise, it explodes after a certain distance and does AoE damage.
Gotcha.
You pair that up with a Slosher, which is essentially a bucket of ink. That's
So
it.
it's kind of like a rocket launcher.
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess in a way, yeah, but it like pops after.
But
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And then the Slosher is like a bucket. You just throw it.
Yeah.
Just throw paint everywhere.
And it goes over
yeah.
walls and stuff.
Yeah,
So that's pretty
I'm not trying to cut you short
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
but we do
yeah,
have
no.
one more game, last
We
but
do.
certainly not least to talk
Yeah.
about. And
Are
that's
you sure
League of
about
Legends.
not least? No, I'm kidding.
Hey.
Spoilers,
That's your
it is
call
League
to
of Legends. This patch note actually came out a couple weeks ago, but you know how often they do leak. So it's really not too much, just some changes to some of the more scaling characters that had like really good early game, right?
Yeah.
So like Yi got nerfed pretty hard. Gwen had like a bit of touch ups to make her less oppressive at level 6, but it is mostly kind of just we're gonna make things a bit like just bring stuff back into the meta that we're kind of out of it for. Because right now it's kind of boring. You're just like, oh, Volibear jungle. Oh, Gwen top's pretty good, right? But now we're seeing more fun things like, let's say, API Relia. But let's go in order here.
API Relia, really?
Yeah, they buffed her AP skilling, but we'll get there in a second. Gwen kind of just got her base stats and her ult slow nerfed a little bit to just, again, make her a bit less of an oppressive anti-tank in
That
laning
attack
phase.
speed growth is kind of huge, though.
It is really going to cut her down to size because she's been really good, especially people that already just know how to play her, right? Like for new players, like, yeah, it's not too much, but the pros that know how to play her, oh my god, she's a menace. But anyway, yeah, the stats are right there. Just nerfing stats, nerfing ult slow.
The slow is actually pretty huge because like
It is
level
really
one that because before that's 60%, but just 30 now. It's just like
Was it
whoa,
not
it's like-
scaling between levels?
It went up, but like it went up with what's called rank, right?
Yeah.
But like now it needs to. Well, actually no, it didn't scale like that. It scales now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Back then it was just straight up 60
It was
at the
straight
start.
60.
Level
Yeah.
6 was a huge power
Wow.
spike.
Yeah.
Now
okay.
not so much. And like I said, API Relia is back. API Relia kind of got well, did I say that wrong? It kind of got power crept out of just out of play. No one ever played API Relia, but now you can. It does a lot of damage now, like a ridiculous amount.
Plus 100 AP.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, upping the scaling
Okay.
is really nice, but it doesn't make her any better for AD.
So you think we're gonna see like hybrid Irelia builds, like
That is possible.
AD?
It's an idea, except you don't really want to do that because like you're kind of like AD is sustained fight,
Yeah.
AP has burst. So when you try to mix the two, nothing really happens.
Yeah.
So you gotta pick one. For Kassadin has been kind of bad. He's been power crept, and with how early games are really good now, a scaling character like Kassadin doesn't really play well. So upping his AP scaling just makes him a bit better and helps him get to his high level 16 faster.
That's dangerous though. It's
Yeah,
Kassadin.
Kassadin
Kassadin.
buffs are always scary.
It's,
They're
it's
always
scary.
scary.
Whenever
It
he's
is
buffed,
scary.
S tier immediately. But
Yeah.
I think that
it's not as great. It's only 10% increase, not bad. Kane, I don't know why I can see why they did this. They decreased his mana cost, so now you can use his abilities more. So if you're playing lane Kane, or if you're just
pretty big.
staying in a lane for a while, ganking someone, you don't burn all of your mana instantly, which is nice.
Yeah, the W one I think is a little bigger because you don't really max that.
Yeah.
You don't max that second,
So
no.
it's pretty good.
Kog'Maw, okay, more AP scaling because
Yeah.
AP Kog'Maw wasn't really performing well either. He was kind of just like the AD Bork user,
Yeah.
kind of. But now you can just use his AP
I
a
heard
bit
word on
better.
the street, AP Cogden's back though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been hearing things, and like I said, Yi nerfs pretty decent nerfs here, dropping his base health
That's so
Yeah.
and
like
his attack speed scaling on his Q, which is gonna really hurt just
Yeah.
his damage straight up. So I mean, he's been really good once he gets
Yeah.
started. So
especially because there's tanks in the meta right now. So like a lot of the ADCs, like I saw to recap, and I was like, a lot of the ADCs are like tank killers.
yeah,
There's not as many like early game skirmishers, ADC. So that just tells me, oh my gosh, man, tank must be really good right now. I imagine the Hearthstone had
it's
to get
getting
nerfed a
better.
few
Yeah.
times.
Misfortune got 2 base AD.
Oh my.
I know, amazing
Most
buff.
generational change.
That's actually
Is-
huge.
I
But it's
know
like
it
every other
helps.
patch, he gets 2 base AD.
Yeah.
That's just, he's
Yeah.
gonna have 100 base AD.
Micro buffs. Morgana W damage is increased, which will help. Oh, and her mana costs are going down too. So just W buff. Real good for clearing wave if you're by yourself
Jungle
in lane.
Morgana?
Jungle Morgana could
Maybe.
be back.
I'm just saying.
Nila, okay, this one is kind of, so I've noticed there were a few jungle buffs to some characters. Nila's one of them. And they say right here that Nila will not be a viable jungler, but I mean, you could try.
You could
You
always
should definitely try,
try.
but
Yeah.
I like buffs like this for ADCs because like a lot of ADC players will start farming camps.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
that.
Late game.
Like you need to do that.
Yeah, if
or
you're
else
not doing that, you're gonna be
keep up.
behind.
Yeah, it's good for everyone.
Yeah.
not just jungler.
Yeah.
That's true.
They had to decrease Rumble's damage, actually. I know he's a bit of like a sleeper pick, but
Yeah.
he was actually pretty good for his damage, especially in top lane when he kind of just shoots the flamethrower.
Was so scary.
It
to
was
play
so
against.
scary to fight.
Yeah.
Senna buff, kind of needed. She's been kind of bad
Has she?
recently. Yeah,
Really?
she has been, especially like at higher level play. You just couldn't play her. She's scaled with too slow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially with how games end in 50 minutes now, basically
This
required.
True.
that might buff Enchanter Senna though.
It will. Set jungle buff as well.
Yep.
Just buffing his E damage, which is his AoE attack. So
Wow.
it makes
Ready
sense.
to learn jungle.
There's a lot of jungle stuff happening. Singe doesn't. It's not really like a change or buff or anything. It's more of like making it more streamlined because there's like an interaction depending on which side you're on that made Singed better or worse in some ways.
Oh
It
my
was kind of
gosh, that's
weird.
crazy.
So they tried to balance it out. I didn't really understand because I don't play Singed, but it's kind of if you're on red side, like the poison ticks out a little slower or something.
really?
It
That's
was really
crazy.
weird, but anyway,
funny.
Teemo nerf technically. They made his traps easier to see.
Weird.
Which I didn't even know I could
That's
see them,
something.
but it's interesting.
Wait,
Yeah.
like
Like-
without
like
vision.
if you were
no,
close
no,
to it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the vision opacity is like 50% instead of 30. As
Slightly
you can
less
see there.
opaque.
It's
Okay.
it's a little weird, but I guess
Okay.
they want easier to counterplay without needing Orca lens.
So you can see them without Oracle lens.
It's very hard to see, really hard. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I actually didn't know
Yeah.
that either.
No, I didn't learn that till recently, but anyway, another jungle buff for Vayne.
Wow.
They changed her W passive damage to just straight up a flat number instead of percent, which
Okay.
if you think about it, 10% isn't even that much for a lot of
Wait,
camps anyway.
seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, that's just for monsters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
just 4 months. I know it's not. Okay,
I was gonna say, wait a
It's not
minute.
normal damage to champions. That's not gonna
That
change.
would be
It's just
insane.
jungle, just
Okay,
jungle.
just jungle.
And then
Q.
Yunara
Okay.
is just
This was a bug fix.
so-
There were a lot of weird interactions with her Q, so they just had to fix those real quick.
Okay.
So nothing changed about Yunar. She's still kind of mid. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
She's good in the right hands, right? But like even then, you need to do a lot of effort.
Yeah.
In comparison to playing like Twitch or something.
Okay, that makes
right?
sense.
Like so.
yeah.
They
Do
buffed.
we want to talk about items?
I can do it
Yeah,
really
yeah, of
fast.
course.
Okay.
Axiom is
They're
cheaper.
important.
Axiom Mark has been kind of
efficiency.
bad, especially since with all of these different, what's it called, like haste things being added, right? Otacon, the new runes, Jack of all trades, right? Like, why would you run Axiom Mark when your
Yeah,
cooldown's
yeah.
already 20 seconds?
Yeah.
So now they've made it cheaper, so it's more worth it to go early when you
Yeah.
don't have that fast cooldown.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Horizon Focus, a bit of a similar case where it just didn't play well into what it was for. Artillery damage, which it did basically nothing. It's the same damage as Shadow Flame, right? With a bit smaller cost, right? But now they made Horizon a bit more on level with it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like
okay.
Xerath will get
It's a
good
little more
value.
gold efficient. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
With Profane Hydra, they did a bit of changing with
Oh,
this. They made
shoot.
it cheaper, but they not
yeah.
dropped the damage by 5, which is fair because it's
that
actually a
sucks, though.
really good item for your assassins. Like I play Assassin Lee Sin. It's really good on him,
Yeah, 'cause
right?
you
But it's
clear
so
faster and
it's so
everything.
expensive.
Yeah.
I might as well get Hubris.
Yeah.
But now
That's actually a big change. I mean, 5 attack damage is nothing for 350 cheaper.
for
That-
350
Yeah.
cheaper, yeah.
You're gonna be able to
That's
get
a,
that
that's
up
a whole
lot
long
earlier.
sword.
Yeah, that's a whole long sword.
Yeah, so you
That's
kind of
one
just
less
get
Yeah, you're
skill.
losing a third of a long sword.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? So that's really good. Rest is Arena, ARAM, but I don't think that's as
Relevant.
yeah, it's not as
Yeah.
important. It's
Go
more of
play
your
Arena.
fun. It's more of your fun stuff. So
Yeah.
I guess you can jump into that. But I think that is everything for League. I know I kind of sped ran that part.
Thank you.
But we did
We were
kind of
pretty
run a
much
bit
just
out
about
time.
at the end of the
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone want to say anything real quick before we're good?
Make sure you come to Geek Night.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
we're gonna show real quick. Geek Night. It's a really epic event. Think of it kind of like an RSO fair. We have live performances. We have the video game music ensemble at UCF. We have dance performances as well. That is going to be September 25th. Hopefully this episode goes out before that, from 5 to 10 p.m. Make sure to RSVP on Night Connect when that goes live. But that's pretty much all from us. So thank you so much for watching.
Bye bye.
Make sure to subscribe.
Make sure to subscribe, like,
Follow
comment.
Esports at UCF
Follow, like,
everywhere.
subscribe, leave a comment if you like, and we'll see you guys
And,
in
The next one.
Ring the bell.